What actually happens to your mind when you go from $1 million to 10 million? It's not just a change in your bank account. It's the moment you realize success has a dark side called isolation. Let's look at every single level. Level 1, net worth, 0. You wake up at 6:47 a.m. Not because you want to, because your phone buzzes with a bank notification. Insufficient funds. Your account balance is negative $14. You stare at the ceiling for 3 minutes. You don't move. You already know what today looks like. Ramen, bus pass, borrowed charger. You share a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 people. You sleep on a mattress with no frame. The wall next to you has a water stain shaped like a hand. You've been staring at it for 8 months. You work at a warehouse on the east side of the city. $12 an hour, 6 days a week. Your shoes have a hole in the left sole. You stuff paper in it so the rain doesn't get through. Nobody knows that. Nobody asks. You are invisible at this level. Completely, totally invisible. But something is starting to shift inside you. You don't know what it is yet. You just know you're done. Level 2, net worth, $3,000. $3,000 feels like $1 million. It took you 11 months to save it. No eating out, no new clothes, no weekends. Just grind, sleep, repeat. You open a laptop you bought used for $80. You start learning. Copywriting, dropshipping, video editing, anything. You spend 3 hours every night after your shift. Eyes burning, body aching. You don't care. You post your first offer online at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. You fall asleep before anyone responds. At 6 a.m. you have 2 replies. Your heart does something it hasn't done in years. It jumps. Your first client pays you $200. You sit in your car and stare at the Stripe notification. You made money while you were sleeping. For the first time in your life, time worked for you. Not the other way around. You don't tell anyone. Not yet. They wouldn't understand. Level 3, net worth, $15,000. $15,000 in your account. You check it 6 times a day just to make sure it's real. You've moved out. Small studio apartment, 32nd floor. You can see the whole city from your window. For the first time, you feel above it. Your skills are sharp now. People are coming to you. You raise your prices. Some clients leave. You don't chase them. New ones come. Better ones. You work from your apartment in a hoodie and sweatpants. The same people who ignored you at the warehouse now ask how you're doing. You smile and say fine. But you remember the paper in your shoe. You don't forget things like that. Your morning is no longer an alarm. It's a ritual. Coffee, numbers, strategy. You are building something. You can feel it in your chest every single morning. But so can the fear, because you've never had this much to lose before. Level 4, net worth, $75,000. $75,000. You have an LLC now. Your name is on a business. That felt surreal the day the paperwork arrived. You take on your first employee, a freelancer, 20 years old, hungry like you were. You remember what that hunger feels like. You pay them well. Revenue is flowing. But so are the problems. A client disputes a payment. A vendor disappears with your deposit. You lose $8,000 in a week. You don't sleep for 2 days. This is the level nobody warned you about. The level where you realize success has a dark side. It's called responsibility. You are responsible for your employees' rent, for your clients' results, for every decision, right or wrong. The money is growing, but so is the weight. You look in the mirror and you look older, not in a bad way. In a way that means something happened to you, something real. Level 5, net worth, $300,000. $300,000. You say it out loud in an empty room just to hear it. You've moved again. New city, high-rise, doorman in the lobby. Your wardrobe doesn't come from clearance racks anymore. You fly business class for the first time. You sit in that wide seat and think about the bus pass. You almost cry. You don't. You have a team now, real employees, payroll, an accountant, a lawyer. People depend on you. You walk into rooms and people stand up. You didn't ask for that. It just happened. And with it came something else. People who want things from you. Not because they like you, because of what you represent. You start to notice fake smiles. You start calculating motives. Who's in the room? Why they're there? What they want? At this level, trust becomes your most expensive currency. And you realize you're running low. Level 6, net worth, $1 million, the number everyone talks about. You don't celebrate. You know too much now to celebrate. You know that $1 million in net worth can become $300,000 in 6 months if you make the wrong moves. You've seen it happen to others. You refuse to let it happen to you, so you move differently, quieter, more calculated. You stop posting on social media. You stop telling people your plans. You've learned that attention is a double-edged sword. Some people at this level start to change. They buy watches they can't justify. They surround themselves with people who applaud them. They start believing the version of themselves that exists online. You resist it. Because deep down, you know something most people at this level don't. The game just changed, and the rules are different now. The IRS is more interested in you. Your competitors are more threatened by you. And the people from your past, they're watching, waiting. Some of them hoping you fall. Level 7, net worth, 3 million. You own property in 2 cities. You have investments in markets you didn't know existed 3 years ago. Your money makes money while you sleep. You barely have to work anymore. And that scares you more than anything, because work was the thing that kept you sane. The grind was your identity. Now you sit in a penthouse apartment with a city view that costs $12,000 a month. And some mornings you feel nothing, completely hollow. You call your mother. She doesn't understand your world anymore. She asks if you're eating. You say yes, you're not lying. But you're not telling her about the 3 a.m. anxiety, the nights where you pull up your net worth on your phone just to feel something, just to remind yourself it's real. Success did not heal what you thought it would heal. It just gave you a better view while you figure that out. Level 8, net worth, $7 million. You are untouchable. That's what you tell yourself. You have legal structures in 3 countries. You move money like water. You have access to rooms most people don't know exist. Deals happen in private, over dinner, on yachts, in boardrooms with no windows. You shake hands with people whose names you've seen in news articles. You understand things now that can't be untaught. How the system works, who controls what, where the leverage actually lives, and you realize something that changes everything. The rules you followed to get here, they were written by people who were already here. To keep others out, you were never supposed to make it. The zip code you grew up in, the school you went to, the job that paid you $12 an hour, all of it was designed to keep you right there. And somehow, you got out anyway. That realization doesn't make you feel powerful. It makes you feel alone. Final level, net worth, $10 million. You made it. But let's be honest about what that means. You are sitting in a house that has more bathrooms than you will ever use. You have a chef, a driver, and a security system that cost more than your first apartment. Your phone has 3 numbers you actually call. 3, out of hundreds of contacts. And even those 3 don't fully know you, because you built walls along the way to protect yourself, to stay focused, to survive. And now the walls are so high that even the people who love you can't get through. The money is real. Every number on that screen is real. But here's the twist nobody tells you at the beginning. Getting here doesn't end the feeling that started you. It just upgrades the arena. The fear of losing it all? Bigger now. The hunger for more? Still there. The part of you that remembers negative $14 in a bank account? That part never leaves. It lives in your chest like a scar. So you keep building, not because you have to, because you don't know who you are without it anymore. And that is the most dangerous level of all. The version of you who has everything and still feels like it's not enough. You look out the window, somewhere across this city. Someone is stuffing paper into a hole in their shoe, looking up at windows like yours, wondering. And the cycle begins again. So is 10 million enough? Or are you just running a race with no finish line? If you're ready to change how you look at wealth forever, hit subscribe. I'll see you at the next level.